solution to what Solomon seemed to say was an emptiness in his life, and an emptiness in this one. But Solomon, he had a good case. He had made a good lawyer. And what was it he said? What did he say? That wisdom is meaningless. What good's wisdom? Again, he was one of the wisest men ever was. But he says it's meaningless because he believed that it only brought grief and sorrow. And he says that in Ecclesiastes 1 verse 18. But first of all, he says wisdom was meaningless. And you can continue to read this. Pleasure is meaningless. Now Solomon didn't back down from any earthly pleasure that he could have. He was rich. He was the king. If he wanted something, he could get it. And nobody could stop him. He was the most powerful man in the kingdom. If he wanted it, he'd get it. And do you realize you had four husbands? Solomon had 700 wives. Not only did he have 700 wives, he had 300 concubines. I heard somebody call them porcupines. I don't know what they were, but that's 1,000. He had 700 wives and 300 girlfriends on the side. Wow. Anything he wanted, it was his. I mean, he could put Hugh Hefner to shame, couldn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he could. And but he came to find out that pleasure was meaningless. And then he said work is meaningless. Work is meaningless. No matter how much you did, how hard you worked, it was meaningless because after he died, and after we died, then it's going to somebody else, isn't it? We won't get a thing. We go out the way we came in, nothing. And somebody else will get it. He says because of that, work is really meaningless. I don't think he's saying you just go sit down and twiddle your thumbs. But he says when you look at life and you look at work and how hard you expend yourself, and he's not telling you to be lazy on the job either, go into Proverbs. He talks about lazy people and how they suffer and how they don't have anything. But to him, after he studied all this, work was meaningless because all the work he did was basically for someone else. And then he said riches was meaningless. Ecclesiastes 5:10. Whoever loves money never has enough. You got enough money?
That's right.
You got enough things in your life? You always wanting more? Solomon says, whoever loves money never has enough. Maybe that's why we don't have enough, because we love money. There's nothing wrong with money, but it is when we put it first in our life. It is when what we have and what we can buy. It says, whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income. It's two. It is meaningless. So you see, the reason Solomon says everything is meaningless is because we all die and everything is left behind. We will be forgotten. Maybe not immediately, maybe not right now, maybe not in a few years, but eventually we will be. Nobody will remember you unless you happen to be somebody famous. And I don't think I'll be famous. I've got some famous people that's in my family. But I was talking to my cousin last night. I was telling you that. And I've been working a little bit on genealogy. I want to find out more about my family, especially about the York family. If you happen to go down York Loop over here behind Ashbury, off Lebanon Road, there's an old house that's fallen down. It's built back in the early 1900s. My great-grandfather built it. And really that was about as far back as I knew any of my kin people. Because actually when I was born, he was dead. I never met him. I did meet my great-grandmother and don't remember much about her. But I've done a little genealogy research and I found out that my great-grandfather's father was a man by the name of Clegg York. He was a lieutenant in the Confederate Army. So I mentioned this to my cousin last night, And he said, I mentioned Clegg York. He said, I don't know Clegg York. I said, that's your great-great. That's your great-grandfather. I said, never heard of him. I mean, he died back, I guess, in the 20s and 30s. Of course, cousin Dale was born in the late 30s. He never heard of him. Well, we're born and we die. And unless we really hear somebody's name a lot, we don't know anything about him. But Clegg's father was a man I do have heard of, and you have as well. He was Reverend Brantley York, who founded Trinity College and later became Duke University. So maybe that's why I like Duke so much, is because I have an ancestor who started it. So, but, you know, it'd be a while. Uh-oh, somebody's leaving?
I ain't going to
like Duke.
back.
But anyway, but he was famous, and people know about him. But very few people are like that. You don't think about it. Some of them hate him, especially the Tar Heel fans. They don't hate him. But you see, Solomon has gone through these things, and he's learned that when you depend on getting rich and wise and things, and you leave God out of it, then life is Greg, you left God out of your life for a long time until you came face to face with death. That's when you saw the importance of God in your life. If we live without God, everything really is meaningless, because we're going to die and we're going to be forgotten, and it's not going to be one thing. But Solomon also has a solution that's found in the book of Ecclesiastes. You can read it and you get so discouraged, but on the other hand, and I believe this is the purpose of the book of Ecclesiastes. Some people say it shouldn't be in there because it's so discouraging. But Solomon doesn't stop there on the discouraging, disappointing parts of life. You see, he says life is meaningless if we only live for today. So what's his solution? I want us to look at the solution now of this mystery. What are we to do with life? Enjoy life? Be happy?
That's right.
I mean, there's so many churches that tell you not to be happy. If you're happy and you enjoy life, something's wrong. That you can't be happy and be a Christian. That's a lie.
Yes.
I tell you, the greatest time in my life and the most joy that I've ever experienced has come from the day that I began to serve Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Now, I might have thought I was happy back then, but it is nothing like today. But he says, I decided that there's nothing better than to enjoy food and drink. And you can look at me and realize I enjoy food and drink. And you can see it next Sunday if you're here when we have the Agape feast. And you find satisfaction in work. I enjoy work, okay? I'm lazy in times, but I enjoy work. I just don't want to sit down and do nothing.
Right.
I'll sit down and do nothing. There have been times that jobs I've done was nothing but pushing a broom 8 hours a day. But I enjoyed pushing the broom. I was going to be the best broom pusher that there was. That's the way we need to look at life. We need to enjoy life. And he said, I realize these pleasures are from God. Where does pleasure come from? It comes from God. That's what Solomon said. That's what he learned. Pleasure comes from God. Our eating and our drinking and our work and all this stuff comes to bring you and me pleasure. So we are to enjoy life. Be happy. What was that song? Don't worry, be happy.
Don't worry, be happy. That's right.
Okay, that's God's word. He says, do not worry what you're going to eat or drink, what you want to put on. God takes care of you. Instead, be happy. Be happy with life. Because God gives pleasure. He wants you and me to enjoy life. He doesn't want us to go around with our face frowned like that. And I've seen so many Christians, or so-called Christians, that have a frown on their face. They don't enjoy people. They don't enjoy anything. All they do is find fault with something and someone and complain about everything. God doesn't want that for you. He doesn't want it. He wants you to be happy.
Happy, that's
Are you
right.
happy today?
Amen.
All right, if you're happy today, you'll find in God's purpose in life, and you'll find out why you're here. God has put you on this earth to be happy.
Right.
Now, there's a right way and a wrong way to be happy, but you need to follow God to have a true happiness in life. He's not against you.
No.
He's not at all. He's for you. In fact, Solomon says, to the person who pleases him, God gives wisdom, knowledge, and happiness.
That's right.
So let me tell you, if you're making foolish, stupid decisions, if you don't know what to do, if you're not happy, then maybe it's because, as Solomon says, maybe you're not pleasing God. See, a lot of times we get, in fact, all the time, we get what we sow.
Yeah.
So if we're not sowing things that please God, we're not going to reap things that please God, nor
That's right.
please man.
That's
So,
right. You read what you
be
say.
happy, okay? Then secondly, do good. Do good. Regardless of how people treat you, you do good. You do right. You do what God wants you to do. He says He made everything beautiful in its time.
Mhm.
He's also set eternity in their heart. Now, Greg, when that car was on you were thinking about eternity. Why was it there? We all think about, when this life's over, there's something out there. Some people say they don't, and maybe they really don't. But God puts an eternity in our heart. So we know that when this life is over, there's got to be something beyond that.
Amen.
That's why you can go back in history and you can look at the Egyptian tombs and you can find things planted and buried with those in those tombs because they believed in an afterlife. And they believed that the people that had died needed what they were leaving behind. No, we don't need that because God's making something for us.
Yes.
And we don't need to worry about it. We don't need to build it. We may be laying up treasures in heaven, but we don't need something to go with us because it'll stay there in the tomb. So God's placed eternity in our heart. And I know that there's nothing better for them to rejoice, I talked about that, and to do good in one's lifetime. I try to get that through my grandchildren's thick heads.
Yeah.
And if any of you had kids or grandkids, you know exactly what I'm talking about because somebody will do something to the other one and they'll do it right back. I said, just because they said that about you, you don't have to do wrong. You do what's right.
Right.
But they did it to me. They did. But you do what's right. And it's hard to get it to the head. Well, it's hard to get it through my head, okay? And it's hard to get it into your head as well. But whether we're young or whether we're old, that's still what we ought to do. And I've seen some grown-up kids that just are as bad as my little grandkids. They're going to do something back when somebody treats them wrong. That's not the way to happiness. That's not why you're here. You and I are here to do good. Not to do bad, not to do evil, but to do good. If you're not doing good, then you're not finding your purpose in life. But if you are doing good, you're helping people. Not because you've been asked to, but because you want to.
That's
And you're
right.
part of
Amen.
fulfilling God's plan in your life. And then third, not only will we do good, we are to stand in awe of God. Got to the place we don't really stand in awe of Him. We don't pay any attention to Him. You know, sometimes we just make fun of Him, I guess. We don't realize who He is and what He's done. But it says talk is cheap, like daydreams and other useless activities. Fear God. Talk is cheap.
Yes.
We can say the things that we've heard, but we need to walk the talk,
Yeah. That's right.
walk the life, do what we ought to do, by doing good. But daydreams and talk is cheap like daydreams and other useless activities. I'm not saying everything's useless. And how often do we just sit around and daydream about what would happen if something happens to us? If we win the lottery, or if we get some money in the mail, or if this thing would happen this way, and that would happen that way, then I could do better. And we sit there and we dream rather than getting out and doing something about it. You know, God does bless us from time to time, and He does send in unexplained gifts. I remember a number of years ago now, that I'd had surgery, prostate cancer surgery, and I didn't have the money to pay the bill. It was getting close to Christmas in November, sometime around then. And that one morning I had my devotion, I prayed, and I had the bill in front of me. It was over $1,000 that I didn't have. It might have been about $1,000 and something else. And so I prayed. I said, God, I don't have the money to pay this bill. Later that day, a car drives up into our driveway, and up the ramp, or the ramp wasn't there, and then up the steps and knocks on the door, and it was some friends of ours from Liberty that we pastored at back in the 80s. And they said that they had something for us, and they had a big old envelope, and in that envelope was some money and some checks that a family had given to us. I'd done the funeral for this family's father and mother in the years I was there at Liberty. But we've been away from Liberty now for some time. But they took up an offering, I guess is the simplest way to say it. And in that offering from members of that family was $1,250. I mean, there's $1,000 to pay that bill, and there's an extra $250.
Wow.
God does things for us like that. And we need to stand in awe of what God does.
That's right. That's right.
It's not me, but God provides for us. And yet we worry and complain because we don't have.
That's right.
God says you don't have because you don't ask. So we need to stand in awe of God. And then fourth and finally today, we need to remember Him. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth. We've got a few young people around here. Some of them are getting closer to my age. But we need to remember Him from way back then. Greg, forgive me if you get a testimony, you're in trouble. Because it helps on this message, okay? You forgot Him. You didn't think about Him when you were growing up as a young teenager. But you remembered Him when you were 30, 31. You remembered what was in the past, and you remembered God. That's 30 is still a young age, okay? But don't wait until you get to be 70. Before the days of trouble come and the years approach when you will say, I find no pleasure in them. And I know Solomon said, be happy. I can still be happy in my heart, but I'll tell you, my body doesn't feel like it did back when I was a teenage boy. I mean, back then I could play football and all day long, or I could play baseball and all kinds of things. I could wrestle. But I'll tell you now, it hurts to walk. It don't hurt real bad. I can endure it. Cammy's always said, why are you walking so slow? Well, it's because my feet hurt. And why does it take me so long to get up off the couch? Because my knees hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it? So there are days that come that I don't feel good physically, but inside my heart, I'm rejoicing and I'm feeling great. Okay? So Solomon says, remember Him. Remember Him when you're young. But I think it's when you begin when you're young. Then you learn through the years to trust Him and to believe in Him. The older we get, I've found, the harder our heart can become.
Yes.
The more stubborn we get in our ways. Sometimes there are some things in life I didn't used to do. But I do now because I'm more stubborn than I used to be. Yes. I am in my own eyes. But when we learn to trust God when we're young, I found that we can continue to trust him. Include your own. When I learned to trust him back when things were hard and he answered prayer, I've learned I can trust him today when things are hard, and I can still trust him. He may not answer my prayer like he did when he sent in that $1,200, but he answers my prayers, and I can depend and trust on him. I don't need to worry about what I've got in my billfold, because I know God's on my side. And it don't mean I won't hurt, and it don't mean that things won't happen that I wouldn't like to see. I've learned to see that God is in control. Why am I here? I'm here to serve and to please God. Why are you here? Why are we all here? So closing, Ecclesiastes 12, 13, and 14. Here now is my final conclusion. Fear God, obey his commands, for this is everyone's duty. For God will bring every deed into his judgment, including every hidden thing of his good will. We can hide things in our life, but God's going to reveal it.
That's right.
And we need to go ahead and confess it now. Just trust him to forgive it and cleanse us and set us on the right path. And that's what Solomon is trying to bring up to all of us. Why are you here? Come and hear some singing? Come and hear some preaching? You come and meet some friends just because it's Sunday and you're expected to be here? The reason we are here is to enjoy life, to be happy, to do good, to stand in awe, worship God. We worship him today. He's here. He's been in all this. We stand in awe of this mighty, powerful God. And what he can do in our lives, how he can change us, protect us, and help us. And then remember, don't forget God. It's easy to forget some things. I'm learning that more often. Cammy gave me $3 this morning, and I forgot what I did with it. So hopefully I'll find it. Well, hopefully she'll find it. I lost it before I got to church, so it's not here. But I forget. One thing I don't forget is God.
That's right.
Even when something troubling comes, I remember how God was with me back then. That's the problem with the children of Israel. They got out of Egypt and God did such great stuff. But just give them another problem and they forgot it. Don't do that. Remember God. Put him first. So what's the answer to life? What is your purpose on the earth? Life is meaningless if God's left out. But if God's acknowledged and worshipped, he will fill us with his joy and peace and give us the promise of eternal life. Again, just as Greg prayed that prayer and God forgave, he knew it. God gives us the assurance. If you don't have that assurance, then something's missing in your life, and it's probably God. Because God reveals to you if you are a child. I remember I just had my 52nd birthday. I know I look 70. If you saw my post on Facebook, I just had my 52nd birthday last Friday, 2 days ago. Because on September the 15th, 1965, as a student in Southern Pilgrim College in Kernersville, North Carolina, I came and I knelt at an altar and I confessed my sins and God forgave me. And when he forgave me, I knew it.
Amen.
And when I left that church that night, I just felt like I was walking in there. You may not feel like that, okay? But I did. And I knew that God had done something in my life. God gives you assurance. If you don't have assurance, if you don't have a witness of the Spirit in your life that you're a child of God, then we need to get busy and bow and stay there until God answers that prayer, that need. So why me? I'm glad you came. God's got a purpose for each of you. He's got a job for each of you. His will is for you to be happy, to enjoy life, to worship him, and to remember what he's done in the past, because he'll do it in the future.
That's right.
We serve a great God.
Amen. Yes.
I'm glad you appreciate you coming. I know God will meet your need. Let's stand. Lord, we thank you today. been so good to